Hey there, race fans. Thank you for tuning in to RaceGrooves. Here are my jammers. Well, they used to be called jammers. There's a name when they first came out, but they're not available in stores anymore. They don't even have the name jammers, but we still call them jammers. On this shelf, I have hundreds of Hot Wheels fantasy models, and I keep them sorted alphabetically. Now, some of them, maybe they don't have a lot of models that start with the letter J or K and L, so they wind up being combined. Or sometimes I wind up with, I have to make extra ones. Maybe there's a lot of M's, or maybe I have extras of that car right there. Some, like the letter S, there's a whole lot of Hot Wheels models that start with the letter S. Another thing I do over here, right here, Purple Passion. I like to collect the Purple Passion, so that has its own container. There's a lot of cars that start with P for power. So all of these are the Hot Wheels models that have power in the name. Combat Medic. I just now made this one. I decided to sort my Combat Medic into their own container. And I might wind up sharing it with something else. I don't know if I have that many Combat Medics, but for now, it can stay. Dairy Delivery and the delivery truck, same thing. Dairy deliveries, I put them all in there. Actually, the delivery truck, I think that's the Combat Medic. I can take that part. Or actually, I can put them over here. Anyways, in the RaceGrooves Weekend Show, that's how this show started. I will let viewers suggest a model or two. Suggest pairings. I'm so used to saying, look, I have lots of jammers. Look over there. You can see my other shelving unit, and there's another shelving unit behind there. Yes, I have 10,000 loose cars in this room right here. And this shelf is my fantasy models. So in the RaceGrooves Weekend Show, I let people suggest pairings, and then we would do some downhill racings. Now, instead of it being the RaceGrooves Weekend Show, it's going to be its own show, Jammers and Racing. Let's go ahead and get some cars out. This is an S container, and some of the cars I already did in the Weekend Show. People already suggested School Busted. So I used this one because it has plastic tires. This one has rubber tires. I put it on the track, but I showed how slow it was. And then I just found this one in another container. This one was from a convention, Hot Wheels Collectors Convention. Very nice details, rubber tires, extra graphics because it's a souvenir car. Let me get a close-up. Nice with that racing decorations. You know, here's an old car right here, Spider. I really don't know what this car is called. I just put it in the S's for Spider-Man because this way I know where to find it. Someone suggested So Fine, so we're going to be using So Fine. This is actually the first edition. This is when it was first released. I'm going to pick a different color, but I thought you'd like to see that one. So Fine is another suggestion. Has an opening roof right there. Opening hatch. I guess that's how you would climb in, huh? There's a couple colors. This one might be the very first color that was released. I forget exactly. Maybe you have this. Maybe you have this one. Maybe you've seen this in my Villains of the Snake Pit video. Here's some classic Hot Wheels. Supervan. California Cruising. This is not a new release. The copyright on the base is 1974, but that's the copyright of the tooling. I'm not sure what year it would have actually been released. For some reason, I'm thinking more so in the 80s. Spoiler Sport. Here's a couple samples. This is a gold Super Chromes version. This is older. Mattel did reissue it. Here's a sample that was reissued. I don't remember which series. Hot Ones. I forget. California Customs, maybe. This one's vintage. Incredible Hulk. Let me check out the other side. Yeah, same thing. Let's see. This one's a new car. Sandivore. I think the name's Sandivore. Somebody suggested this car right here. We are going to be using this one. Swamp Buggy. This one in green. And this one in kind of like a goldish color. Really like how they treated the decorations. Did a great job with the decos. I'm not sure. You know what? I'm going to bring both out just in case. They have kind of different wheels. This one has like the bumpy wheels, but this one has nice, smooth 5 spokes. So I'm going to go ahead and put them both in the mix. This casting was retired. I haven't seen, this one got final run, so you will not see this one anymore. Street Beast, I believe was the name. Love that car. Now this one's Skull Rider. This one, I think went through final run as well. I don't know if that's supposed to be a skull. It's called Skull Rider. They will not release that again. But someone did suggest Skull Crusher. And let's see. This one's a color shifter. As a matter of fact, you know what? This one has the, it actually has nickel-plated axles. I'll go ahead and grab both of these as well. Put them both on the track. For So Fine and So Fast, I'm actually going to use these two colors. I've been meaning to open this one up, and today's a good day. Love the color. And here's So Fast. Notice how it has bowling on the side. This one kind of has like a fashion, like a bowling. I'm trying to read what that says. I can't read it. But I know it's from the bowling series, because right here they had graphics for the bowling series. So both of these two, just somebody suggested these two cars. They happen to be in the same series. So I'm going to open these two up. Somebody suggested a couple H models. Now when you make your suggestions, you don't have to make a match. If you make something interesting to where it kind of gives me something interesting to share, you know, that helps. We raced this one last week. Final Flush. It's in the middle of the weekend show. And then while I was showing these cars, this one's called Hot Seat. It says Final Flush, but it's called Hot Seat. That's the other Hot Wheels toilet car. I showed this Hypermite. This was an all-star versions in blue. I decided to, I found this one in another container. This one is green. I forget if this was the first color that was released. I do not recall. What do I want? Blue. I'm going to pick, you know what? They wanted it to race against Homer. So let's go ahead and pick the blue one. And they wanted to race up against the Homer. I tend to call it Homer, but it's really the Homer. And this is the only color that's been released. You might be able to find it with kind of a clear window, but otherwise, I think this is the only color. All right, let's head to the downhill racetrack. Now we're just doing this for fun, having fun with the cars, and this is what you should do. You get your cars and you do races with them, and just have fun seeing who's fastest. If you do want to suggest a pairing, all right, post them here on this video, and you might get a chance to see them appear in a future video, okay? You might get a chance at a shout out. I know some people post the suggestions all over the place. From now on, I'm only going to take them from this video here. Not this single one, but a Jammers and Racing video. Let's go ahead and get racing with the Swamp Buggy and Skull Crusher. Swamp Buggy is kind of a wide model. Look, it barely fits in the lane. Skull Crusher has lots of room. I'm putting Skull Crusher next to the pole here. I'm going to have to make sure I pull this down straight. And here's the other sample of Swamp Buggy. We'll do a race, pick them up, come back, and switch lanes. Go! 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 I forgot to turn on the finish line. Yep, that was the winner. I'm pretty sure that's who I seen win. This Skull Crusher is a color shifter. That means its axles, it has a nickel-plated axles inside so it doesn't rust when you play with it in water. And because of those nickel-plated axles, look at that roll. That means when he's going down the track, he has very little friction. I have given him different lane assignments. Here we go. Two times. This version of Skull Crusher is the winner. Now let's try Hypermite and the Homer. On your marks, get set, go. 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 Don't be ashamed. You're just a little car. It's all right. Switch lanes. Sit, go. Sit, go. Sit, go. The Homer 1, it might not do well against Skull Crusher. It has these things that stick out on the side right here, and it kind of scrapes on the track. So sure, it was able to beat the little Hyper Mite. I don't know how it's going to do against Skull Crusher. Now it's time for So Fine and So Fast. There's the opening hatch. Open wheeler. It's nice to do downhill racing with open wheelers because, you know, boosters are going to mess them up, but you can play with them on your track anyways. It's up to you. And how does So Fine get the name So Fine? Look at it. It's so fine. Come on. On your marks. Get set. Go. 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 So Fine is so slow. I guess that's why they call the other one So Fast. Go. 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 So Fast wins its match. Those were the 3 winners. But we're going to go ahead, let's go ahead and race 6 cars and see which one's the fastest. We'll do a race for first, and then we'll race again for second, and one more time for third place. Set, go. Set, go. Set, go. So Fast earns the name So Fast. Now we're racing for second place. Set, go. Set, go. Set, go. First place, really? Is that what happened? Well, I guess so. Now we have first and second. Who's going to take third? Set, go. 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 First place, second place, and third place, Skull Crusher. Now, if you want to see some fun racing, suggest some pairings. It's not really to see who's the fastest car. It's really also to see some cool cars from my Jammers collection. Maybe there's some cars that you've never heard of and you want to see them race. I'm thinking about doing this race every Friday. What do you think? Thanks for watching. Have fun with your toys. Bye-bye.